Wichita, Kansas people are still buying and moving. I want to break down some stats and show you some insights on everything from the data. But before we get into all that, like, comment, subscribe, share to get you the most factual, real-time, objective data of what's going on, some insights, observations I have personally on it all, but I want to display the data, give you some insights, some strategies, and then let you decide and choose how you want to proceed, what you want to do with that data and those options and those strategies. And that kind of gives you an idea of how I approach real estate from a database standpoint and then a service and strategy standpoint. You're still in the driver's seat if you can choose to pick whatever strategy or option you want to go with. But with all that, let's go ahead and start sharing the screen and have you look at the same thing I look at. So one of the things that we're seeing, this is on a national level, and then I'm going to break it down on a local level for Wichita too, is that even though you might think that nobody's buying and selling because it's winter, interest rates are high, the world's ending, it's election cycle, whatever other, feeling or headline or misleading data you have that is causing you to maybe think that homes aren't selling, things aren't moving, people aren't still buying and moving. What we're seeing is that over 10,000 homes sell every day on a national level. And if you take that and divide it by 24, that's 452 homes in this country sell per hour. And if you think about that, divide that down again, that's 8 per minute, in this whole country. So the truth is people are still buying and selling. And this is typically what drives it. If you look at life-changing events that took place over the last 2 years, you had 7 million births, you had 7 million people reaching 65, you had 4 million deaths, you had 3 million marriages, and 1.5 million divorces. So all of these life events are what drive people to buy and sell and to move and all these different things. Now, obviously, we navigate the market, we navigate the interest rates, we navigate all these things. But really what it comes down to is people buy and sell real estate and homes because of life events. And we navigate the market and interest rates and all those things as best we can to your personal life event situation. And so that's where it's when you really have like an agent who not only understands the market and the interest rates, but also how to help you make the transition in your life in that period around what it pertains to your personal real estate. That's the mark of a good agent who knows how to cater that whole situation and give you care from a human level, but also an expertise level of what you're trying to do in the market. So there's the data, that came from NAR as far as just studying what I would call human behavior, economics. Why do people do what they do? These are the life events that are driving it. This is the data to drive it. And then I'm going to get into the local Wichita market data that just goes off the proof of what people are doing on everything. Not necessarily headlines, popular opinions, feelings, rumors, your neighbor, your buddy who's a YouTube expert on real estate. It's frontline real-time data of what we're seeing from the MLS in the market, and also what I'm seeing and dealing with frontline dealing with clients on everything. So usually what I like to get into first, instead of reading through all this stuff, which if you want the report, you're more than welcome to have it. I'll be more than happy to share it with you. But usually what I look at, because I'm a visual person like most people's brain is graphs. So if you look at closed listings by month, you can see where we naturally follow a bell curve from the beginning of the year into the spring, into the summer, and then towards the end of the year. And history tends to repeat itself. So if you look at like the last 2 years of what we have going on, we're kind of in the same boat. 2023, we had one of the lowest amount of closings at 528 in January. And then it starts to tick up at February, 577, March, 813. And you kind of see that trend throughout the year. So, and that's not necessarily that houses don't sell, because to say don't sell is just kind of an emotionally dramatic statement on everything. It's just there are more homes that sell in the spring and the summer, and you're getting a premium product, but you're also paying a premium price, which is what I'll show you in a sec. Whereas if you're a little bit more of a deal shopper or want to negotiate, this is the time to be doing that right now. Because you have less going on, you can kind of play that situation on everything. Or if you're a seller or a listing agent, you want to kind of also play that situation, just given the market dynamics of everything and just understanding the market and where it's at. But to blindly say people aren't moving and selling, is a false statement. And it's a broad sweeping brush, because as you see, like, even though it's not as many sales in January and February, there are still people buying and selling for life reasons, for some shape or form of an event that has to do with them. And, we monitor this month by month as it comes out on everything. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it has to do with your personal life situation, your personal scenario, what you're trying to do. I'm here to help you navigate and make sense of this complex, difficult, challenging environment on everything. And that's where it's kind of like a good agent comes through and delivers even more and is even more valuable in these hard, tough times when it's quote unquote easy on everything. So that gives you an idea of closed listings by month, where they come in at. The other thing to really take note of is if you look at like the average price of a closed listing is lower, but that doesn't necessarily mean like your price has dropped. It's just of the people who are buying, they're choosing to buy lower priced homes, or they're having to buy lower priced homes. It doesn't necessarily mean your higher priced home is not going to sell for that. It's just going to take longer on everything. So if you look at like the average days on market, as it goes into the fall and the winter, it really starts to creep up there. And then into January and February, you have these longer days on market. But then as the spring market comes back around, new listings come around, the days on market tends to drop on everything. So you're kind of just following these seasonal cycles of everything and just kind of understanding the season of the year, the time of year of what you're dealing with. So if your listing isn't selling, it doesn't necessarily mean you always have to drop the price. It just means you have to wait it out, or you have to offer an incentive or improve the condition in order to get a sell on everything. It's not typically an issue of our marketing, our advertising, our exposure. It's just, if the market's not there, the market's not there. And a lot of times you just have to wait it out, is the God honest truth. I'm going to tell you from personal experience of dealing with clients and my own personal listings. If your house isn't selling right away, it's not necessarily that it's priced wrong or that the price isn't fair. It's just that one right buyer hasn't come around in order to transact the thing and move forward on it all. So that just kind of helps give you some insight of where the market's at, what's going on with it, at least helps you to make sense and an understanding of everything, of what's going on. Active listings by month is starting to climb on everything. So we're having more options, more things are out there to look at. Active listings, the price of the active listings is starting to come down a little bit. So as prices come down a little bit and interest rates come down a little bit, this may be your perfect opportunity to buy, over the winter months and before the spring craziness market gets here, in a lot of ways. So to say that people aren't moving and selling is kind of a blind statement, or not entirely true. Less people are buying and selling. That is true, but that doesn't necessarily mean that no people are buying or selling. Really comes down to whatever the life situations you have going on, whether it's a birth, a divorce, a marriage, a death, an inheritance, any of those life situations that drive the real estate market. Now, if you're trying to time it and look at like the most convenient time of year for you personally, and when there's the most amount of buyers, that's when you're looking at spring, but you're also dealing with the most amount of competition, and you're going to pay the highest price at that point too. So there's always an angle to play in every season of the market. You just have to kind of know which season of the market you're in and where you're at on everything. But we like to do it off of the data and the facts and the figures, but hopefully that kind of helps you give an idea of what the market's looking like from a data perspective, from a factual perspective on everything. Because we love to look at houses, and you can sign up on my website and look at houses, research around, get to know the market. But then we also want to be a conversational, strategy-based agent that's really not just like a salesperson trying to slam you into a house, to help you really assess where's the market, where's my personal life situation, and then give you options of where you want to move forward and what you want to do with your strategy and your situation. But hopefully that helps you get to know a little bit more of the market and Wichita real estate, what's going on here. I get calls all the time from these videos or messages reaching out, and I love to get those. Or you can sign up on my website and go from there. But hopefully this helps you learn a little bit more, stay truly informed of what's going on, not all the clickbait, popular headlines, all that BS. Let me give you the truth of the data and base things off a straightforward shooting approach. So hopefully this helps you. Appreciate watching. Hopefully talk to you soon. See ya.